Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Gabriel. In this video, we shall be looking at some sample theory questions on chapter 5 of the recommended textbook of ICT 0417 syllabus, paper 1. The chapter is titled The Effect of Using IT. So let's start with the first question I have here. This is adapted from past paper. Repetitive strain injury (RSI) and eye strain can be caused by using a computer. Taking breaks is one strategy for reducing these health issues. State two causes of repetitive strain injury and give two other strategies for preventing it. Now, here is the issue that many candidates normally have. The question has said other strategies. That means you shouldn't mention taking breaks in this question, either 5A or 5B, because it has been said here that taking breaks is one strategy for reducing these health issues. Give two other strategies, other, apart from this one. That's the meaning. So one strategy we can easily talk about for RSI is that we can say the course, remember the course and the other strategy. So we can say for the course now, we can say typing on the computer keyboard for a prolonged time. You understand? That can be said. So I'm going to type that so you understand the explanation I'm trying to give here. So typing on a computer keyboard for a long period of time could cause it. That's one. Another cause could be that if you say working in a tight workspace, working in a tight, uncomfortable workplace could cause that in a cramped workspace. Cause it. That's one. That's another one that we can add to what we had already. Then another one we could say is that excessive use of a mouse. Excessive use of a mouse could also cause it. It could also cause that. Okay. Then strategy that we can use, we can say use an ergonomic keyboard. Ergonomic keyboard. We can also say use an ergonomic mouse. Yes, ergonomic mouse. Okay. We can also say use a wrist rest. We can also say use voice activated software. All right. This and many more will earn you the full mark here. For the second health issue is eye strain. So the causes of eye strain and two other strategies for preventing it. So for cause one of eye strain, we can say sitting too close to the screen could cause that, or staring at the computer screen for a long period of time, or when you have dirt on the screen, or you can say working in inappropriate lighting. all this could cause eye strain. Then when we talk about the strategy we can use, now we can say use flicker free screen. And for the depth on the screen, you can say make sure that you don't have any depth on the screen. You can say use an adjustable screen that you can easily tilt. Then you can also say that have your eyes tested regularly. You can say use blue light glasses. That can also help with the eye strain. Now let's go to the next question. The use of computer equipment can lead to many different health issues. You see that this question is like the previous one we just did. For each of the following health issues, describe three different ways of minimizing the risk. Your answer must be different in each case. This is where candidates make issues for themselves. The question is saying that your answers must be different in each case. So now they have mentioned for repetitive strain injury, the first one, this is another health issue, headaches. So that means whatever um, ways of minimizing strain injury you have written here should not be repeated for headaches. So you need to understand the question very well before you start answering. So you see that you'll be able to do well. Okay, so let's start with repetitive strain injury. So we can easily say, just like the previous question we did, you can say use a wrist rest. We can also say take regular breaks or take breaks at intervals. Breaks. You can say use voice activated software. We can also say that use ergonomic keyboard and mouse. Okay. Any of these, any three here will earn you the full mark. Now for headaches, remember we are not repeating any of these things, any of these strategies here. So we say for headaches, we could say use anti-glare screen. All right. You can say look away from the screen often or frequently. You can say have your eyes tested regularly. You can say keep the screen free of dust. And that's okay. Any three here will earn you the full mark. So the next question, let's go. All right, this next question says state three health problems that can be caused by entering data for a long period of time. And basically, if you want to enter data, you use input devices, and those input devices that are used for entering data basically are keyboard, mouse, and probably camera, scanner, you know. So they said by entering data for a long period of time. So basically, you think of the common input devices, keyboard, mouse, basically. So the common health problems that can be associated with that, we can start by saying eye strain, because whatever input device you might want to use, you need to look at the screen as you do that. So we can say eye strain. And then if it is a keyboard, you can say RSI, which is repetitive repetitive strain injury, that's RSI. Okay, RSI. Another one that you can make mention will be probably back pain. Of course, you will sit down, back pain or neck pain or neck ache or pain. And then you can say headache. So this kind of question, you need to be careful because it's not just talking about one input device. So you need to answer it carefully. All right. Then the next question says that states three physical safety issues that can be caused by using a computer. Physical safety issues are quite different from health issues. So you need to understand. I remember I once spoke about that in the previous videos. Let me look at this material where we spoke about physical. Okay, these are the health problems associated with the use of IT or ICT, RSI, pain in fingers or wrist. That is RSI, repetitive strain injury. It could be caused by continuous use of mouse or keyboard. Preventive measures: use wrist rest or ergonomic keyboard, use voice recognition software, take regular breaks, and then back and neck strain. Like I said, this could be caused by uh, having a bad posture or not using adjustable chair or using a screen that is not tiltable, that you cannot turn or set to a particular angle. So the causes are sitting in front of the computer for a long period, bad sitting posture. So preventive measures are ensure monitor is at eye level, use ergonomic chair, that's adjustable chair, just like what I have here. You can see the adjustable chair. Then take regular breaks. If it is eye strain and headache, the causes are staring at the monitor screen. Some of you candidates will say staring at computer. It's better you mention the screen. Staring at the screen for too long, that really makes sense. Okay. Incorrect lighting in the room where you're using the computer, or screen reflections, dirt on the screen, dust on the screen. So the preventive measures are: you can switch to LCD screen instead of CRT screen, use anti-glare screen, take regular breaks, and then water view. So ozone irritation is also an issue, which is what we call dry skin and breathing problems. When you are sitting close to where you have laser printer, especially the cause is sitting close to laser printers in an office area. Preventive measures: proper ventilation to remove ozone gas. Laser printer should be housed in a separate room. Change to other types of printer if necessary. So this is what you need to take note. So when they talk about physical safety, they are not talking about health issues that we mentioned here. So for physical safety, you can mention tripping over trailing wires. So in a work space or computer room, when you have all the wires trailing, somebody can easily trip over them. So we say tripping over trailing wires. So it could say fire. When you overload your socket, it could lead to fire outbreak. Electrocution: if the wires are not electrical wires are not being properly insulated, if you have bare wires. So electrocution. You could have injuries caused by heavy equipment falling. Injuries caused by equipment falling. So now these are some of the issues. So take note of that. Now the next question says that the use of microprocessor control devices in the home affect an individual's leisure time, their social interaction, and the need to leave the home. Give 3 advantages to the individual when microprocessor control devices are used in the home. So when I spoke about microprocessor the other time, let's see. when we have disadvantages and advantages of microprocessor control devices in the home. So now this question is asking for advantages. Let's look at some of the advantages of having microprocessor control devices in the home. So you can see less manual work needs to be done at home because the microprocessor control devices can actually do those manual tasks for you. So there will be no need to engage in so many manual tasks at home. Another one is that will create more leisure time to go about your hobbies, to interact, to socialize. And it is also possible to control the devices while the owner is out. You can actually control some of the devices using your mobile devices, mobile phone, especially smartphones. And then that will make it possible for increased productivity. More work can be done because you're engaging the microprocessor control devices at home doing some manual tasks while you face some other jobs that require your attention, full attention. So then the burglar alarms provide a sense of security in the home. So these are some of the advantages. But the question is specific. If you read the question carefully, says that give three advantages to the individual when microprocessor control devices are used in the home to the individual. So we can start by saying that, okay, number one, we can say that you do not need to do manual task at home. So individuals do not need to do a lot of manual tasks at home. Manual tasks, please take note of that. Um, then you do not need to be in the house when some tasks are being done, especially like cooking food. So individuals do not need to be in the house when food is cooking because it can be programmed. So another thing, you know that the microprocessor control devices can do much of the housework for you. Another one they can pick is that individuals can leave home to go shopping or work at any time. So that is very important. Then there is more leisure time when convenient to them. Very important. So you do not need to leave home to get fit. Why? Because you have some of those devices in the home that you can use instead of going to the gym or the spa center and so on and so forth. So let's go to the disadvantages. Now, having those things can actually lead to unhealthy lifestyle due to dependency or over dependency on them. Ready made meals, ready made that. Another one you can say is that individuals can easily lose uh, household skills. Take note of that. And if the devices malfunction, then there will be an issue. Imagine if somebody has gone out relying on the fact that the device will cook the food and trip off when it is done. But if there was a fault and after the food is cooked, the device continues to work, it could lead to fire outbreak and all that. That's what we are trying to say here. So it's something that we need to understand. So it can also lead to laziness. Individuals will become lazy. So take note of that. Then another question here says that you use a computer to do your homework. You are concerned about the health issues of using a computer. This is health issues. Take note of that. So then the question is saying that discuss the advantages and disadvantages of different methods you could use to help minimize the health problems of using the computer. The thing is, if you use computer for so long, often there could be some health issues you may face, but there are different methods to use. So, what are the advantages of the different methods and the disadvantages of the different method? So that's exactly what the question is asking here. So that means we pick a method, talk about its advantage, talk about its disadvantage. Okay, so let me start by talking about some advantages of certain method. For example, I can say using voice activated software sure reduces RSI, but remember, it could also lead to something else. So it can be prone to many errors. This method can also be prone to many errors whereby the user will need to correct manually. So you need to understand that thereby increasing RSI by correcting the errors. Okay. Another one is you can say using a wrist rest or ergonomic keyboard sure reduces RSI or pain, but then one disadvantage is that the ergonomic equipment could be expensive. That's another thing. Could be expensive. Then if you say if you take regular breaks, that will help regular breaks from excessive typing or clicking, then that will help reduce RSI. But then it has its own disadvantage. Disadvantage is that taking breaks every hour can increase the work time. You can see that. All right. Another one you can say is that if I is if eye level is with the top of the screen, it will reduce eye strain, but then it has its own disadvantage. The disadvantage could be that turning the screen can reduce the ability to see clearly on the screen. So everything has their disadvantage and their advantages. So that's exactly what they want you to do in this kind of question, especially when you see the discourse. So, okay, you see, for this method I've chosen, I've written the advantages and their disadvantages. So it can be this simple. Just follow the instruction. Make sure you understand the instruction before you start attempting to answer the question. So it's very simple. So this is the end of this particular question. I hope you will use this explanation to help with similar questions in future. So I wish you the best in your examination. Make sure you like this video, share with other people, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That will really encourage us to do more. I wish you the best in your examination. Bye for now.